So, hey guys, we have Naman sir with us. Sir, can you introduce yourself to our audience?
Yeah, sure. So, hi everyone. I am Naman, currently pursuing electrical engineering from Punjab Engineering College, and in my fourth year, last semester. So, yes, I'm hired by ExxonMobil, so I'll be working with Exxon post this. And yes, as some of my hobbies, I like to debate, and I'm into sports as well. For example, badminton, tennis, and cricket. So, yeah, that's about me.
Okay, great. So, so we'll be continuing with some basic questions जो कि सबको होते हैं और mostly जो बच्चे 12th से college में आ रहे होते हैं उनको होता है कि what branch should they move forward with, क्या करना चाहिए क्या नहीं करना चाहिए. Mostly herd mentality होती है कि computer science करते हैं but they should know about every type of engineering branches. So, my first question to you would be कि what is electrical engineering? Basics तरीके से.
All right. I think whenever you talk about electrical engineering, I think this takes us back to the three major branches, or often referred to as the evergreen branches of engineering. Civil engineering, mechanical engineering, and electrical engineering. I think electrical is the basis for the electrical revolution, what one might term as everything became electrified. After, post the industrial revolution and everything. But I think that is what electrical engineering is. But if you ask this question from a 12th pass out perspective, I think the best way to understand is everyone has studied those subjects of networks and systems. Okay? Everyone has drawn those resistor circuits, okay, and everything. And I think that is electrical in its basic essence. Okay? You'll see कि through those 4 years, you're still revisiting applying the Ohm's law in the other sense, etc. Okay? So that is what electrical engineering is. But I think yes, you will eventually see that electronics came out of it. So electronics is further miniaturized circuits with other devices, for example transistors, and then computer science evolves out of electronics. So, but still electrical is also required. For example, the power source. So you'll end up studying subjects like power systems, which is the whole electrical system around us and how it works. Okay? And various subjects around it. So I think electrical is very self-explanatory, but yes, if you're 12th class student, and you want to know what electrical will be, or 4 years of your electrical engineering, I think if you enjoy these subjects such as resistors, calculating current flow, etc., applying KCL, KVL, this is what electrical engineering is. So be prepared for that.
Okay, great. So moving on to the next question. So, why choose electrical engineering over any other branch?
Uh, so yes, I think in India specifically, there's this hierarchy people often see. First comes computer science, then comes electronics and electrical, right? But in my case, I eventually did get admission into electrical, and to be honest, it wasn't a by choice, but I was sure that I'm not going to take computer science, right? But I got electrical. But like after my first semester, I even got this opportunity to upgrade into electronics. And many people told me it's not the correct decision, and I can't really say what if it was a correct decision or not, but I'm very certain that I did a good thing studying electrical. But I think uh, if your question is why study electrical, I think it's simply, if you want to study electrical, then you have to do electrical, right? And so the point is, if you want to study things like power systems, electrical systems, then you have to study electrical, right? You cannot go into computer science and think you'll study power systems, right? So I think the if you really want to know if you want to do electrical, I think the best check is, if again, as I said in the previous question, that if you enjoy doing KVL, KCL, all these sort of things, finding how much current flows through a particular circuit, all right, I think that's the way to go about it. And if you're enjoying that, you can do electrical for sure. And if you want to do that, if you actually enjoy that, then I think that is the first check in understanding that yes, I want to do electrical. But I think the second check is if you understand with the ideology, right? Today I think a great amount of revolution is happening in terms of electric cars and all these things. So if you really you have a vision that is associated with that sort of future, I think that is another reason to go ahead and do something, a pure engineering sort of thing, such as electrical. So yeah, that is why you should do electrical.
Okay, so like you talked about electric cars and the things जो future revolution हो रहा है. So Indian curriculum जो electrical से related है, वो ये सब cover
Mhm.
करता है कि और they are still teaching us all that old stuff.
No, absolutely. So I think the point to understand here is that what we are doing is a bachelor's degree. Okay? It's not a specialized degree. So if you're thinking that you'll take electrical engineering and you'll make some awesome Tesla type cars, I think that's kidding. Okay? I think that's simply joking around. To be very honest, when you'll come and you'll see for the first 4 years, you'll not for the first 4 years, at least 2 to 3 years, you'll simply be studying, the very basics of electrical, like literally the core basics. For example, control systems, etc. All these subjects such as control systems will eventually become useful, if you want to build something such as an electric car. But I think this is very less amount of information and time devoted to become such good engineers. I think if you really want to go towards that, the best thing to go out is to get specialized degrees, and I think that happens if you after completing your 4 years of bachelor program, you go towards higher studies and pursue masters, let's say from good colleges like I won't say good, but I'll say the top bracket colleges like IIT Madras or some foreign universities like TUM. All right, but you cannot expect that after doing bachelors you'll be hired by Tesla and you'll be making cars. I think to do that you need to invest more in yourself. All right, but at the same time, I think yes, even if Indian system is highly, I think the problem then exists. Why do people go away with these ideas? I think it's simply because by the time you come to your third year, you're already thinking about jobs, right? And again, if you won't be hired by Tesla because you're still a bachelor and you've done 3 years of electrical engineering and you cannot build cars, right? So
Mhm.
if now comes the choice that either you'll go and take a job which is not so specialized, all right, because you found something else which is interesting, right? And that's completely okay. But if it is still your passion, and that you want to make cars or you want to do something of that sort, I think the very simple choice and answer to that is go ahead and pursue it in your masters, all right, and keep going for it, so that you eventually get it.
Okay. So do you think it was right on your part to prefer electrical over any other branch?
I think, yeah, I think it really worked out well for me. So for me, I have a job. As I told you that I'll be working with ExxonMobil from this year itself. So, and I'm really excited to start that job because I like the company, I like their work culture, and I like what the things that they're working on, right? So is it a pure core and technical role? No, no, it's not, right? And uh, to be very honest, after like understanding electrical and working with those things, you realize that what is the particular thing that excites you or interests you. And I think what interests me is something that I've found in my job role. So I think for me it worked out completely fine, even though I had these opportunities to go here and there and try different things. There were times when I thought that I should get this big job of being a financial consultant or something of that sort. But I think I was lucky enough to stay on the path, and I got what I'm comfortable doing it. So yeah, it worked out fine for me.
Okay. So what extra an electrical engineer can do in India?
All right. I think there are a lot of things that an electrical engineer can do, but I think uh, this question can be asked from various perspectives. I think if your perspective is, you want to build cars and you want to do something of that sort, uh, I think in that regard, you've got to take a line that is on that path. Okay? So let's say I want to. So in that idea, my aim is to get a master's from even a better university, right? I think in that scenario, what you can do is you need to work on some research projects, right? So after working like for the first 2 years, I think that is very simple. For the first 2 years, your main aim should be to hone your basic electrical subjects, right? Because then everything will build out of those electrical subjects. Okay? You'll study electrical machines in two parts, one and two. So go ahead and study them very carefully, right? I know you'll end up solving a lot of numericals. You'll study about transformers, etc., etc. But that is basic electrical knowledge, and you need to have it, right? Once you have those 2 years of electrical knowledge, I think then you can go ahead and do things, right? uh, Go ahead and do some projects probably related on MATLAB, okay? MATLAB, Simulink, and other software, right? I think these software projects are also very important, right? After doing all this, I think trying to explore some projects, I think the best course of action is to get an outside exposure once, okay? Because you've been in the same university for 3 years. I think it's best you then take an exposure or a peek into how other universities are working. So, I recommend taking summer internship or research fellowship programs let's say foreign universities or IITs, right? I think that will really help you to get an exposure out of how things are happening outside. Okay? And once this thing comes on your resume, right, that you worked with certain institutes that are research oriented, I think that really builds your application for pursuing a master's from that college, right? So then, I've known people who've gone to, Technical University of Munich in Germany, and are working there, right? So I think after you build such a profile, you can go to these universities and start your master's there, right? So I think for those people who really want to do this master stuff, that they've got to build an academic profile, right? For people like who like me want a job after 4 years, right, and then see if they're enjoying that job or not, I think for them it's majorly that obviously our electrical needs to be phenomenal, right? Keep working on that. Plus, also build your soft skills, right? For example, I joined a debating society in my college, and that really helped me with my soft skills. So my technical skills were good with electrical, and so were my soft skills, and I had a very mixed resume, right? I had done a lot of organizational activities in my college, as well as I had taken part in a lot of technical things of that sort. So I think that really helped me with all of this. So I think that is some, if you really want a job, then prepare your resume as per a job, okay? And if you want to go into let's say masters or pursue masters, then you need to build your profile like that. So I think there's no such way of what extra can an electrical engineer can do. That you can do a lot of things, right? The internet, the courses are full of everything, right? It's just that you need to make sure where you want to go, and after you decide that, okay, I want a technical profile, I want a job oriented profile, you fill in courses and other sort of things and skills with those things, right? So I think that is let's say the ideal way to go about it.
Okay. So in the end, would you like to say something to future electrical engineers, like something they should already know about it and before entering?
No, I think everyone will eventually find their own way out of it. But I'll tell you, like my biggest struggle with electrical was, uh, when I engaged or discussed with my seniors, that I want an electrical core role. Okay? I want to go with that sort of thing. They'll often end up laughing over you, and even if I say this to my friends, they won't laugh, right, because they're my friends, but they'll be like, you can do it, we won't be doing it for sure. So it's more of a, you'll see, if you want to do something related to core, you'll see that even in an engineering college you're walking in sort of isolation, because everyone wants those finance job roles, everyone wants those software development roles, or those data analyst roles. So it usually happens that you'll have very less guidance in terms of this, and it similarly very happened to me, right? All I knew was like one or two seniors who were doing this, doing something regarding core. But I think to all those future electrical engineers, I think build a community, connect with people. I think you people are doing a great job connecting people. I think if there's anyone who sees your video and feels like connecting to me, I'll be very happy to personally connect to them and tell them like how to, if they have a dilemma. Because while doing this electrical or going through this journey, you'll often be told by people that you're not supposed to do this, you just take a job or do something of that sort, and people end up doing that. So if you really want to go with electrical, just go with it, and please seek guidance from necessary people around. So yeah, that's it. Stay strong in the end.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And I congratulate you for your placement at ExxonMobil and wish you all the very best. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
So that was the video, guys. If you liked the video, let us know by clicking on the like button. Share your thoughts by commenting down below, and of course, subscribe to Ensight to never miss any of our future videos.